Hello there guys, my name is Rashmid and welcome to today's Bukkit plugin tutorial. We're going to do this is episode 4, yeah, and we are doing freezing players. This is pretty easy, we're going to use the same technique as we used last time, but it's slightly different. So to start off with, I'm going to just go back to what we did in the first tutorial, which was, or in the second tutorial, yeah, which was creating and making this class an event. So public void on enable. There we go. And then we need to make it so Bukkit, hey Bukkit, get me the plugin manager and tell him that we're registering a event handler as us. We are the plugin and we are the handler. Okay. Well, let's actually get started into the actual plugin. So we're going to need a list of, we need to know who's been frozen, and how we do that is we have a list of player names, and how we're gonna use an array list for that. So public array list string, and we're gonna call this frozen players. And we're going to is equal to a new array list. And we make this a string, and there we go. Four heads over there, guys. Sorry. Anyway, and we need to every time we start this, every time we start the plugin, we need to clear who is frozen, because otherwise it gets all complicated. So we just say frozen players dot clear, and so every time the plugin starts, boom, it's cleared. So next we're gonna say we're gonna do what we did here, but slightly differently. And for this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new. We're gonna call the command freeze. And yeah. So let's see. What we're doing here is we're gonna say if the command label equals ignore case freeze. What we're gonna do is we're gonna check whether there's any arguments. So if args.length is equal to 0, then we're gonna send the player. So this time we can actually say, does it really matter if the if the sender is a player or a console or whatever? No, not really, because either way we're gonna freeze them, because the console can run this command and so can the player. So we're gonna send them a message saying you need the, and we're gonna say usage is /freeze and then player. I mean, not most people normally do that. That's how they lay out their plugins. I'm gonna make it nice and red. Now most of the stuff I should have gone over before. This is just sending a message to the player, and yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna have an else statement. Otherwise, you know, do this. So otherwise, I'm just going to go to this view because it make it a little bit easier for you guys to see. We're going to switch between, as like we did last time, we're going to switch between the length of the arguments. Okay, and as you remember last time, we have case 1. So if the argument list is case 1, is number 1, do this code. And we break it to say that's the end of the code we're doing. That's it. Boom. So to start with, we need to say get the player that the person has specified. So get player, and we're going to say args 1. Is it 1? No, it's 0. That's what we're going to say for now. Now we need to check if that player is actually online. We should probably do that in the other code as well. I'll add that at the end. Just improvements for the other code. So if the player is equal to null, we're going to send a message. We're going to go send message in red saying that player is not online. And then we're going to say if the player is online, if the P, as in the player that we're getting, is not equal to 12, then we're gonna check. So we're gonna actually make this a toggle. So you do it once, that person is frozen. You do it again, and that person is unfrozen. And it's pretty simple to do this because we've already got the name in the array list. We don't need to make another array list saying this person's in the toggle because we already know that. And the first thing we're going to do is going to check whether frozen players that contains the player's name. So, what on the array list, the reason we use names instead of the actual players is because players can actually cause memory leaks if they're used in array lists and things like that. So we normally just use the player's name instead. Now, if the player is in this array list, then we're going to say frozen players dot remove. We're going to remove it because it's already in there. So he's already in there. So we're going to remove him to make it like a toggle. And then otherwise we're going to add him and then send a message saying you have been frozen by. Yeah. So frozen players dot add p dot get name, and then we're going to say p dot send message in blue, because blue is a nice colour for freezing. Because you think about it, it's like blue in ice and snow. We're going to say you have been frozen by. And then we're going to put whoever froze them, so sender.getName. And that's all that code. That is basically all we need to do for the command. That's everything we need to do for the command. But we actually need to check whether the player moves and if they're in the thing. So we need to make a new event. As you remember, we're registering this as an event, and we've implemented listener. Don't forget that. So we're going to go down here. We're going to have a new event handler. And we're going to say public void on player move, and we're going to have player move event e. So again, what we're doing here, make sure to automatically import. We're saying make a new player move event, or not make a new one, but require when somebody runs this a player move event, and we're going to call it e, and we're going to use that in this class, in this method even. And what we're going to do is going to check whether frozen players contains this player. So frozen players dot contains e dot get player dot get name. If they do, then we're going to say e dot get player dot teleport. We're going to teleport them to themselves so they can't move. There is a way that you stop them from moving by setting the event to cancel. This doesn't work as well as this does. I will show you that. I will change the code after we got this code working. I will show you what happens when that happens. And we're going to send a message to that player saying you are frozen in a nice blue again. Chat color dot blue, and I'm adding you are frozen. And another thing you should probably do as well is send a message here saying you are now unfrozen. So chat color dot blue, that's black. Oops, chat color dot blue plus you have been unfrozen. And that's it. And we just need to say otherwise do nothing. And that's it. That is all the code we need for this plugin. But we don't forget we need to change the plugin.yml. So this is what I got here. And we're making a new command. So I need to put in, what's it called? So it's called freeze. Oops, that's and then it's called description. And freeze players. And that should be done. Come back into here, make sure you refresh to make sure the plugin.yml is actually in here, because I've been editing it in external. And yeah, I'm just going to export it now. Finish, yes. Okay guys, I'm back once I've started up server and I'm in Minecraft. So okay guys, I'm back in the game, I'm here. So, what I'm going to do for this bit, I'm going to go into the T, and I'm going to go into the console for this bit. I'm going to say freeze Rushmead. You have been frozen by console. I cannot move. I'm stuck. And then if I go back into console, freeze Rushmead. I've been unfrozen. So that shows you that it actually does work. For once, I haven't mucked up the plugin in any way. But yeah, I'm going to now show you what happens when you don't teleport them to each other and you just set the event to cancel. This is what I'm going to show you, okay? You ready? You ready for this? This is some intense stuff. We're going to do e.set cancel. No, don't do this code, guys. I actually mean this. Do not do this code, otherwise the plugin won't work. And yeah. So let me just export scan. Boom, boom. Reload the server. Okay. So this time I can actually freeze myself, because that's what cool people do, right? Freeze Rushmead. You've been for Rushmead. As you can see, it's really buggy. I'm constantly moving. It's really buggy and it's really irritating. Which is why you should always use teleporting to each other. Teleporting it to himself. So if I just put that code back. There we go. And teleporting to itself makes it a lot less buggy. Next is just going to do some improvements on yesterday's code. Or last episode's code. There were only a couple of things I changed up. I want to change. Number one, checking whether the player is actually online. We need to do this before we say it's a damage rule, so we need to check if it's a null, and then if not, we're going to do sender.send message. This player is offline, and we do that in a thread. I actually didn't show you what happens. Let me just show you real quick. Freeze banana. That clearly says, and if I do /freeze, it says freeze player. See, there you go. That's just what happens when that happens. This player is offline. I'm gonna make that nice red. I think that's all I did, just to swap up that code. Yeah. So yeah, that's just a couple of improvements on the code today. Just made a new thing called freeze. I think I'm gonna make this into like a tutorial where we make like essentials. But yeah. What was that? I'll see you guys later. Okay guys, just a quick update. This is actually this is now my new timetable type thing for most of my content. I'm not sure about the other guys. But so here we go. On a Monday we have 2 episodes of Bukkit plugin tutorials. I think we had 2 yesterday. Yeah, we did. And on Tuesday exactly the same. So this is the second one today. Wednesday we have gaming. Thursday we have gaming. Friday we have gaming. Most of the time I won't actually upload this on the day on these 3. Because Wednesdays and Fridays I get back quite late and don't have enough time to record and upload those in time. Sometimes I'll record them on these days as well and then get them up scheduled for them. Saturday and Sunday there might be the odd chance there's a video up, but that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial and this nice little short thing, and I'll see you guys next week. Put-ow! Wait, tomorrow's gaming episode. Better get that recorded. I'm coughing to death.